Good morning, Joolse here from Joolsedesigns and JT Creations. As you can see, it's the dragon part 3. I was hoping to get it done in 2, but the last one we did the eye and we put the spikes on. Now what I've done is I covered it in white acrylic paint and let it dry. And then I covered it in, as you can see, I've been messing about with these watercolours. I did this one. I added a little bit of black to get a darker shade. And then I did some thin black lines. Some of them were a bit too thick. As you can see, it's still a little bit wet. I've gone over with the cerise again. And I've done some yellow because what I would have liked to have done was put some gold gilding wax around it. I painted the spikes black, I painted the inside of the eye black, and then I did a lid and I kept it the cerise. I put a little bit of orange. And as you know, we had like the little teardrop shapes, but what I did was I've had them all colours. I've had them pale pink, I've had them yellow, and I've opted for orange. I've also just done the edge a bit. I did a little bit more of the black bit in the eye, and I've added some cerise pink paint to it. Now, when you put that in there, it looks kind of, to me, I'm really pleased with it. I couldn't have wished for a better turnout. But I need to stick that in, and I also need to put a bit of a lid on. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, whether I'm going to paint it before, but what I am going to do is I'm going to stick the eye in with Fabri-Tac when I get all the guck off around the edges. So I was really surprised on the groups on Facebook to see so many dragon eyes and eyes on book covers, and for the feedback that I got, you know, everybody was amazed. So I'm really glad that people, you know, liked this. As I say, I am working on the digital kit, and it is an Alchemy, but I will be putting some dragon scale papers in and some dragons. Now I hope that that's enough, and I hope, whoops, I'm getting strings, because this is an acetone based glue, that it doesn't, and I'm putting it upside down, it doesn't interfere with any of the paint. So just let me get this. All right, so that's that. So hopefully that will stick in now. Now, I think I'm going to have to cut this a little bit thinner. I don't want too much of a lid, and I'm still not sure whether to do it black. Right, it's that way because I want it to go on there, on there, and there. So I'm going to have to use my other glue when I find it. So what we'll do is we'll do this. So we'll do a, and I'm just hoping that this doesn't interfere with any of the paint. It doesn't really matter if it does. I mean, I can paint back over it, but it is watercolour paint and watercolour crayons, apart from the white acrylic. Right, so we'll do this and see if we can get this. Now it is doubled, so it should stick, because the glue goes through. Whoops. I'm saying it should stick. Yes, it's sticking to my fingers. All right, okay, we'll take that off. All right, that looks okay. And I want a little bit of a lid down here. Well, it's not a lid, it's a lower lid, isn't it? I've really enjoyed this, and I'm really going to enjoy doing the actual journal, because some of the papers that I've done I'm quite pleased with. I know dragons and magic isn't everybody's cup of tea, but it is just fantasy. Alright, we can cut those bits off, that's no problem. Now where's my little stick? These are brilliant for placing your papers where you want them. And I probably will have to go over and paint this a little bit more. Normally I would have my head right over the top of this watch. So it is a weird angle I'm trying to work at. So we'll take them off. Let's see if we can stick that in with the glue. Right, I've got a little bit of glue on the eye. I do normally put, as I say, when I did the little green eye, I did just pour glue over the top of it and leave it to set for a couple of days, and that's what give it its glossy. I put my finger on it with white acrylic. It was very, very glossy. But what I'll do is I'll leave that, and I'll go over it with glossy accent when I get home. I can't believe that we've only got 3 weeks to go. Now what I've done is I've just put some water in this. I should really leave it till it dries, but it is still damp, so it should make a nice creamy. That's what you're looking for, is a creamy consistency. I think that's too wet, but it's working. But what I don't want it to do, I don't want it to go on the actual eye itself. But it is soaking in, so. Without it going into the black. It's going into the black a bit. These are just old brushes. I mean, if you're doing anything like this and you're going to be painting over glue and stuff like that, I would just use old brushes. I do have some really good brushes at home. As I say, I'm really, really pleased with this. Oh, got a little bit of white there, and you can just, oh, that's a little bit of glue. any white bits that you've missed. I mean, because it did have, there's a white bit in there. It just used an old, I think this is an old kiddie's brush. It probably came in, no, I think that came in with the paints, but there's a white bit there. Yeah, but as I was saying, when I painted over with the watercolour over the acrylic, I had to paint it about 2 or 3 times because it did soak into the acrylic. It's a little bit, so, and it looked quite nice when I was doing it, but so that's it, everybody. So the next time you see the dragon, it will be when I'm in Scotland, when I'm doing the journal for it. There's no way I can get anywhere to print off my papers so that I could start it. And, you know, I'm a bit miffed at that, but I'm just going to go with this. And any other ones, yeah. It's got too much of a wet bit on it. A little bit here. And as I say, I will put glossy accents, I think, over that just to protect it more than anything. The black, I know on the last video I did do watercolour paint, but what I found in my stash that I was able to bring a permanent marker. Deli it's by, and it has got a thicker nib, so that's what I did. Because the Kuretake ones and the Sharpies just wouldn't go over the acrylic, but I did put a bit of white watercolour paint on top. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you get something out of this. I've really enjoyed doing it, and I am so pleased with how it's turned out. So if you would like to know any questions, just leave me, you know, put it in the comments. I will get back to everybody. You know, if you decide to do one yourself, let me know how you're getting on, because I love things like this. I'm just putting these away because I need to clean my brushes. So thank you very much. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and if you hit the bell, you will get a notification every time I upload a video. It always marked on my channel. I mean, this is called the dragon cover, and when I start working with the journal, it will be the dragon journal. You know, it'll be let's make a dragon journal or whatever, but it will have dragon in it so that you know that it's attached. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and bye from Cyprus.